So Renee, how was your neurology appointment?
Well, I had to get an electroencephalography test so my doctor can tell which side of my brain that the seizures are coming from.
Does it cause any pain?
No, it doesn't cause any type of pain, but it can be uncomfortable since the glue can make your head become itchy. Let's go back to my place so we can talk about this more privately.
Okay, sounds good. So do you have to take any type of medication for your seizures?
Yes, I have to take gabapentin for my seizures so my doctor and I can get my seizures under control.
How long do you have to take seizure medication for?
Unfortunately, I have to take seizure medication for the rest of my life because I was diagnosed with simple partial seizures and tonic-clonic seizures, and so I was diagnosed with a common neurological disorder called epilepsy. Okay, now that we're in a much more private environment, let me explain to you how both types of seizures affect me and what to look for when I or anybody else slips into a seizure.
Alright.
With my tonic-clonic seizures, I end up doing this. Okay, well, actually, let me tell you something that's important to know, which is some people with epilepsy or some seizure disorder can develop what's called auras.
What are auras?
Auras are when someone who has seizures, regardless the reason why, can experience some of the most scariest sensations, feelings, and the way you see the world around you.
I'm sorry this happens to you and millions of other people who have to suffer with these stupid seizures.
It's okay, but different types of seizures can make someone have different feelings and sensations from seizure to seizure.
What do you mean?
Well, for starters, when someone has auras, some of the most common feelings people get are headache. Some will get dizzy or even lightheaded, or our heart will feel like it's so fast, also known as tachycardia. We can become hot, nauseous, and we may or may not throw up. Seizures can make someone black out and get confused, but I can feel like I'm floating, but I also get weak, heavy, and I can have trouble breathing with my seizures. My other friend also has epilepsy, so I'm going to invite her over so she can explain how her diagnosis of epilepsy affects her and to help you better understand how it affects us differently.
Okay, that'll be great.
I'll let her explain it to you, so I'll be in another room, okay?
Okay, that'll be good.
Hey, how are you? And my best friend told me that you also battle with epilepsy.
Hey, and yes, I do have epilepsy.
If I may ask you, but when were you diagnosed with epilepsy and how has it impacted your life?
I actually developed epilepsy after I had a traumatic brain injury from being in a car accident 8 years ago. It has impacted my life in so many ways, such as losing some of my independence. I was in a rollover type of car accident, and I don't understand how I got the traumatic brain injury because I was wearing my seatbelt.
Oh wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you, and I never thought a car accident could cause epilepsy.
Well, it wasn't the car accident that made me develop epilepsy, it was actually the traumatic brain injury. On impact, it affected my brain because traumatic brain injuries make your brain bounces inside of your skull.
But girl, that is devastating to hear. Did you ever thought that you could have ever developed epilepsy from what occurred to you and the car accident? Because I honestly never knew that was even possible. But I am so thankful that you survived your injury, because now you are able to tell the world about your story with epilepsy, how it impacted your life, and it made me realize that it's true that epilepsy is developed in a multitude of ways. Thank you, Kate, for telling me your story and how you developed epilepsy. That was really brave of you to do.
You're welcome, Chantel.